Hey, what's going on, guys? Devin here with Backcountry Exposure. I'm excited to talk about and do a quick review of the Exped Mira 1 tent. I'm not going to do a full comprehensive review on this tent because I don't have enough nights out in it to be able to say all of the things that I really like about it or all the things that I really don't like about it. But I wanted to give you guys kind of an initial impressions of my experience so far with the tent, what I have liked about it, and some of the things that I have not liked about it. Now, I've got this to compare to some other tents that I've got set up. Now, I will say that it was very generous of Exped to share this tent with me, to be able to do some testing, experience it, and to be able to basically see how it works within my backpacking system. Now, of the three tents that I just explained of what I currently own, the Exped is the lightest option. When I put it on my scale, I'm about 39 ounces, so that's a really good weight compared to the Sierra Designs Flashlight 1 that comes in at 55 ounces and the Highlight that comes in at 52 ounces. One of the other things about this tent, and this is something that when I got it, I was like, whoa, this thing is tiny. Like, it is really tight. And so just the width from side to side is like 30 inches. Like, it is not super wide. That's not the exact dimension, but I've got a 20-inch pad in here, and there's like 6 inches, 8 inches on this side. So it is not super wide, and it makes it a little claustrophobic in the tent. Now, here at the head end, you've got a hooped pole that is supposed to bring the tent back a little bit, kind of a more vertical wall right there. But when you're sitting up in the tent, you definitely notice how tight it is on the side walls, and the peak height is decently tall and tall enough to be able to sit in it. But one of the things that I noticed right off the bat compared to my Sierra Designs Flashlight, which I'll show you here in a second, is how much space I have from side to side, foot end to the head end, and places to put gear. Now, one of the cool things about this particular tent is the fact that I've got this zipper right here that allows me to access a small vestibule on this side that basically is a gear closet. So I'll show you a close-up of that here in a second. But overall, just the performance of the tent has been really positive, minus the fact that it is way smaller than I would like to take on more than like a weekend trip. I cannot imagine having a full week of nights in this thing. It would just be too claustrophobic, especially if I had to do any kind of sitting in the tent to wait out a storm. It would just be really uncomfortable compared to what I'm used to. So it's something you could definitely get used to, and it wouldn't be too horrible of an experience, but it is a really great tent. It's well made, and for what I've been able to use it for so far, just really positive. Now, if we do a little bit of a walk around of the tent, I've got the rainfly rolled back on purpose because that is one of the features of the tent that I really like, and we'll talk about that here real quick. So here at the foot end, I've got the option to unclip this, and I can basically roll this back all the way to the center point here, and that allows for it to basically be like a stargazing, warmer nights to allow better ventilation. So as a 3-season tent, that's a really cool aspect about this. Go ahead and dive in, and I'll show you what I mean by how like tight and skinny this is. You can see where the peak of this comes up, and the sidewalls aren't as vertical as they could be, especially compared to other tents that I have used and experienced in the past. I do like that they have multiple options to hang things in the tent. So you've got 3 loops along the ridge, and then you've got 2 loops right there in the corners for that center pole. Down here is where this gear closet is, and basically I unzip this, and I've got access to a very small vestibule over there, so I can put my backpack in there if I wanted, any kind of gear that I want access to be able to use inside of the tent, I can put there. And then I've got the vestibule that obviously comes out, which I'll show you here in a second, for the rest of the tent. Now I'm not going to bother showing you guys how the tent is set up. That's not really something I'm too concerned about showing you. But you can see here on this side that you've got that hooped pole that comes around that's supposed to give you some extra space at the head. From what I understand as it being the head end of the tent, so that you aren't as claustrophobic in the tent. And just walking around this side, you can see that vestibule being able to slough off rain and snow as necessary. Just a really, really cool, lightweight tent that I've been really, really pleased with. So if we compare it over here to the Black Diamond Highlight real quick, this tent has way more space inside of it. And for a total of 12 ounces more, so not even quite a full pound, you can get a much larger tent with a 4-season capacity that is not too far off on price range. So there's the Mira 1 again, and then looking at the Sierra Designs Flashlight 1, this is one of my favorite tents that I've ever owned. And I like this because I've got the awning system, which is really cool, but it's got a lot of interior space for a one-person tent. Now, when you consider this as a one-person tent and the weight of it at 55 ounces, that's a lot of weight compared to what you get for this tent at 39 ounces. It's just worth it to me to carry this particular tent so that you don't have to carry all of that extra weight that you would with the Sierra Designs, but it's all a matter of comfort. So now with the vestibule closed all the way, you can see how much coverage you have with this, which makes it a really, really good 3-season tent. You don't have awesome ventilation on it, but you do have the option up here to be able to pull this zipper down, and then there is a piece right here that allows you to basically open this up so that you've got the ability to vent when you aren't experiencing inclement weather. So anyway guys, at 39 ounces, I really think that the Exped Mira 1 is a fantastic option. I've been really, really pleased with it. I'm going to keep using it and let you guys know what my experience is like with it. I'm headed out in about a month and a half to go on another trip with my buddy Jared, and this thing is going to come on that trip and we're going to get more use with it, really find out the things that I like about it, things that I don't like about it, and kind of go from there. So with that guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and as always, have an awesome day.